Kristian Jack alongside Phillip Santos here in Winnipeg. Season is almost here. Phillip, before we look ahead, I do want to look back because I think it's important. Obviously, after back-to-back fifth place finishes in your first two seasons, 2023 did not go great. Finished last in the season. What do you learn yourself throughout that kind of adversity that you can make it in terms of improvements for 2024?
So much. When it's hard to point one thing, we looked at the season and we see you could find reasons for so many things. We looked at our performance department and why so many injuries, why so many setbacks with players. I think that was a factor that never allowed the team to get in a rhythm. We started well. We had high hopes. I think the team failed to capitalize in in moments that were key in the season. And there's so much that we could bring up. I think I learned a lot about myself, even with management. For me, it's taking all the little things that bring you those marginal gains, and how can we make sure that we don't deviate from the original idea, and that we stand firm on what the idea and the model is for our club.
One of the many things I love about you, Phillip, is that you're authentic. You wear your heart on your sleeve. You're an emotional guy. How have you learned to manage the lows and the highs?
I think I got good at that. It comes natural in a way where I try to live life like that. I try to understand that there's a greater purpose, and I believe in that. And when I say that, there's things that I could control, and it's my attitude and how I come to work every day. And there's others that we don't control the outcome. So I try to be the best I can be. I try to stay true to myself. It's not easy. I felt that last year, even in that spell where things weren't going well, you could break a little bit under pressure. So I felt that there's a lot of people that were close to me that paid the price. I look at my family and I look at my staff. They're the closest ones from me, and they had to deal with a lot of my maybe outbursts, because this is gonna happen. You're not made of iron. You're flesh. You're a man, and sometimes you also break in these positions as a coach. And I think that this is something that I wanted to control better. I think that I come into 2024 a lot more mature. And I think this is the journey of a coach. You're growing every year, and you're never the final product. So that's the way I see things, and that's the way I am. So I don't think that's going to change.
I love the authenticity and appreciate you being vulnerable with us for a moment. So let's turn the attention to your club.
Yeah.
You've made quite a lot of changes. What excites you about this team in 2024?
I look at the players and I look at how they've handled themselves, even coming back from this preseason trip. I like what I see. I like they're emotional players. They're players that love to win, players that understand the league they're in. They have something to prove. But I feel that we have a group of players that accepted the challenge of, what could this look like, going from a team that hit the bottom in a certain way, and now how can we surprise people? How can we go from that position to being a team that is going to be up there competing with the best teams in the league? And that's our ambition, that's our goal, that's our belief, and we're allowed to believe. We know it's going to be difficult, but at the same time, we know it's not impossible, and we know that if we show up every game with the right mentality, we have enough quality to be able to compete and compete for 3 points every game.
Final one for you. If we're sitting here again in 7 or 8 months, recapping the 2024 season, what needs to happen for you to say this satisfies us? We needed to do this year for us to have an important season going forward for the city of Winnipeg and also for Valour.
Yeah, it's too easy to say playoffs. It's too easy. I want to be more ambitious than that. I remember being home, and that I think it was Pacific playing in Halifax, that crazy game where you know, it's just football. And I remember being there and looking at the screen, and I said, yeah, it's easy to be there. It's easy to say you want to play in a game like that, and you want your club to be part of a game like that in front of your own crowd. But we want more. We want to win something. I think that we just have to be ambitious, and maybe in 5-6 months you'll ask me the question, I'll say, you know what, we need to get across that line, because everything's possible once you make the playoffs. But right now I want us as a group to believe that we could achieve more, and that's what would bring me satisfaction. I don't hide it. I want to bring, a Canadian Championship MLS team to this stadium. I want to bring a playoff home game to this stadium, and I want to be able to see this club lift silverware. So that's what we need to aim for.